Hi there! Ignore the huge pimple on my forehead. I don't know what's up with my skin these days, it's just acting out. We'll let it pass. Today is Saturday and in my daily habit of overthinking, I got this idea. Since I'm not going to therapy anymore, I wanted to make a video. Not one video, but like one video per week, I think. I don't know how often I will keep this going. Depends on how much I need it. I will talk about different mental health subjects, different like things, habits that I do or that, I don't know, I notice maybe, and just things that I want to talk about. Well, while of course I will apply some makeup because that's what I do in today's video, and I think in like these video formats, they won't be actual tutorials, like I won't tell you what products I'm using and what I'm doing. I will just quickly do some makeup just so I don't stare at the camera while I talk. So, okay, let's get started. In this video I want to particularly talk about a habit that I noticed myself developing, and that is oversharing. Especially on social media, because obviously I am really connected to social media every day. But I also share bits about myself in personal life when I'm talking to someone, even if it's a new person. I will like share things about me, like how I'm thinking, and I don't know, just things about my personality. I thought about it, and I noticed kind of when it all started. Back in May, we did like a business trip at work, and during this business trip, they gave us personality test. I did like share a little bit about personality types here on my channel, but I, took that test and I came out as an INFJ, but the description was so accurate that it triggered something in me. Let's just say that that thing that I read about my personality type is the most known I've ever felt. I mean, no one in real life, not even myself, were able to describe myself as well as that personality test did. Throughout all my life, in the circles that I, spent my time, I felt weird. I felt different. In a way, I felt like I was flawed and I need to change, or I need to hide my real self. That's basically a personality type. Dude, I am not the only person that's like this. There are other people like me and I am not alone. Like, that was my initial thought. I'm talking about constant overthinking, analyzing every single thing. So, getting back on track with the discussion, that's when it all started. And naturally, since then, because I am who I am, I developed an obsession with personality types. And I started reading and going a little bit more into detail about my personality type and also others' personality types, because since I discovered that, I sent like every person that I talked to, I was like, do this test because I want to know your personality type. In this past week, I discovered this TikTok, which I am talking about TikTok a lot. TikTok can be a powerful tool if you use it right. Because obviously at the beginning it's stupid and it's just cats and dances. There are educational sides of TikTok. So I found this TikTok of, I think it was a therapist, and she was saying that if you're obsessed with astrology, personality types, which I became obsessed with astrology as well, she said that if you are obsessed with these things, you most likely have this deep desire of being known and being understood, and that resonated with me so much. Like, that is exactly what I was doing. I was reading all of these things, like my birth chart and my personality type, with the hopes that I will get to know myself better. I was doing all these things probably still am for other people as well. Like I am reading people's birth charts and sending the personality test to everyone I know basically. It's just that I do these things for other people, and I've always kind of wanted to have someone do this for me, like really analyze myself the way I analyze other people. So yeah, that really opened my eyes that I do have this really huge need of being understood and known. If we're resuming the discussion, last week I did that life update video in which I did share things about my personal life, and I noticed myself sharing stuff about my personal life also on Instagram stories. I just started doing that on YouTube as well, as you can see. And I got this comment. One of you was saying that I don't have to do that. They were really nice, basically saying that I don't need to share my personal life in order to be authentic on YouTube. And that really, again, got me thinking. That really opened up my eyes to the fact that I didn't share that video to... I didn't feel pushed, let's say, to do that. It's just that I wanted to do it. And the reason why I wanted to do it is the same reason that I just shared. It's just that I have this deep desire of being known. And here I know that I have a community of really awesome people. Even though you don't really relate to me, I know that a lot of you can be understanding of my point of view, and I think that's what I was looking for most of my life. I wanted to be understood. And in a lot of ways I really lacked that. But the main problem is I wasn't able to understand myself either. So that's what right now I'm doing all this, inner work to really discover myself and not expect other people to do it for me. Am I overthinking it? Probably. Most likely I am. But that's, again, a part of my personality. I do overthink. It's just that overthinking keeps me in the safe zone, let's say, because I know what to expect in every situation because I've already thought about it. It sounds pretty sad if you think about it. For me, it was a coping mechanism. I briefly touched this subject in therapy as well, my need to be understood and seen. Like that's really important for me as well, because now that I've, gotten a little bit older, I am a full-grown adult now, I'm starting to take up some space. But growing up, I was always the shy girl. I was always, in a corner, not taking up space, not drawing attention to myself. Now that I think about it, I think this might be the main reason why I started social media and, desired a career, let's say, in this environment. I think in this case as well, I wanted to be seen. And, gaining followers and subscribers and everything, I feel like more people can actually see me, because in real life I was that person, that person that says a joke in such a soft voice that nobody hears it. Maybe there's this one person hearing it and they repeat the joke and then everyone laughs and you're like, that's my joke. So that definitely used to be me. Maybe still am, depends on the group that I'm in. But I think that I noticed, again, since I started really analyzing and getting to know myself, is that in the past years I've kind of changed. It's just that I noticed myself starting to speak up, like talk louder, and just, sharing my opinion on things even when I'm in groups. I mean, yeah, it depends, again, if I, need to share something. But if I do want to share something, I usually do right now, which back, like a few years back, I wouldn't say anything about anything. I would just, listen to other people. But again, I started to feel the need to take space. And now that I'm noticing it, I probably won't take as much space, because I realized that it's an unfulfilled need. A bad habit that I started to notice myself developing is I'm interrupting people. If I want to say something, I would really say it, even though I should, be patient and have to wait for them to finish. And now that I'm noticing this, hopefully I can make positive changes in my behavior. Right now I'm getting this idea. It's so weird for me to think about that. You can just, change and switch behaviors, and if you don't do this analysis on yourself, you will never know where it comes from or what you're trying to fulfill with your behavior. But I feel like it's really helpful in a sense where you can really analyze and control your reactions and fulfill the needs in healthier ways, and therefore become a better version of yourself. So I realized that I'm sharing a lot solely based on that comment that I got on my previous video. So it's a really recent thing because I just uploaded that video last night, with the fact that I realized that I have an unfulfilled need, to be seen. Will it stop me from sharing too much? I think it will, because I don't think that I shared too much though, but I found myself on the path through sharing too much. I think I'm sharing just enough. I have a sweet balance, but I'm stopping here. It shouldn't necessarily be a part of being on social media, obviously. You can do videos and not share your personal life, of course. But I will be honest with you here, sharing right now for me is a coping mechanism. And I love it. I really love doing videos like this and talking about what's on my mind, especially because I think about it so much that I, feel the need to get it out. Will I find other ways to, fulfill this need? Probably. Like, I don't know, talking to my friends instead of my camera. I just like this accessibility, let's say. I just thought about these things, and I'm already here on my chair, opening up my camera and talking about it. So yeah, I do enjoy sharing on social media. And what I enjoy most is your response. Obviously, I'm doing this to get a response. Is it the healthiest way? Probably not. Whenever I do share things like this, I do get comments and messages from a lot of sweet people that can relate to what I'm saying, or that have wise and beautiful ideas about the subject that I'm talking about. I like getting perspectives, and you are really smart and wise. Even in my last video I got that comment that really opened up my eyes about something that I am feeling and how I'm reacting based on that need and feeling. So yeah, I personally think that it's really useful for me, especially now when I am on this journey, let's say, of getting to know myself, and hearing different perspectives has been really helpful for me. I felt like I was in the unknown for most of my life. I think I relied on other people to get to know me and discover me, and that didn't happen. So I took the matter into my own hands. But of course I'm sharing because I do still have that need of getting known by other people and being understood. I especially love this format of a video more because I'm not really sharing like facts, let's say, about my life. It's mostly just thoughts and ideas, and it's really helpful for me to get those out of my head. Especially lately I do have these inner conversations with myself and it just feels a little bit weird. Talking to my camera feels a bit weird as well, but I think I've gotten used to it. And let me tell you another thing. There was this comment that I got for most of my life from a lot of people. I got it up to a few months ago, and everyone was saying that I need to talk because I was so closed off all of my life. I wouldn't talk about anything that I am feeling. I mean, it's not that I didn't want to talk about it, but most of the time I didn't know what I was feeling either. I wanted to talk about it, I just didn't know how to put it into words. Communication was always an issue for me. It's solely because I didn't know myself and I didn't know what I wanted. And it was because for most of my life, thinking that I'm so weird and so sensitive, I would, shut down my feelings and ignore them. Even if I wanted to share something, I just didn't know what it was. I remember my first experience with a therapist. It was in the first year of university. I never shared this story online, but I got a diagnosis from a career test. There was this career test that they made us, fill in. And based on that career test, that woman diagnosed me with some things. For me, it was like I got hit in the head with a huge rock. Because again, it triggered that, I'm weird, I'm different. And now she's saying that I have some disorders. Like, I really didn't, let's just say that I didn't take that news well. It also triggered something inside of me that I need to hide and I need to stop being the way that I am. Anyways, I went to see a therapist for like 2 sessions, I think it was, the university therapist. And I remember telling her even back then, I had no idea about anything, I had no idea about myself. It's not even 1% of what I know now. But I remember telling her, because she was asking me like, what's the purpose? What do you want to get from these sessions? And I remember telling her that I want to understand myself. Like, I really want to get to know myself. And here I am, 7 years later. I'm on the other side. And now I'm doing all this work to, catch up with what I've been missing throughout the years because I was shutting down my emotions. I'm not doing that ever again, because that's a thing that I did throughout the years as well. I was trying to be a certain way to appeal to other people, also because I felt like I was so weird and nobody could accept me the way that I am. I'm not saying that I was able to completely shut down negative behaviors that I do, but I'm saying that I do notice them so much faster right now. I do, if I get a thought, especially if it's like a negative thought about myself, I'm trying to get to the root and think like what is triggering it and how can I, solve it. And to me, that's such a healthy approach to things, because I started this journey of knowing myself for only a few months and I already feel like I'm making such big progress. If I am into something, I'm really into it. I do create obsessions. So for example, right now that I'm trying to figure myself out, that's exclusively what I'm thinking about, even though that's unhealthy as well, and I do yet have to realize why I get so obsessed about things. But in this case, it was in a way helpful, because I do obsess over analyzing myself, and let's just say that kind of helped a bit. Maybe it can get overwhelming at times. I'm making progress and I know that I will get to the root of my obsessions as well. I just need to be patient with myself. I can't really figure out everything and be perfect all of a sudden. Let's just say that I really enjoyed this version of myself. Like, this is the best that I've been in my life. I definitely did not need this much makeup today. I got a bit carried away. I just got lost into my thoughts and just this happened. The plan for today is just getting some more cleaning supplies, because I will clean the house, obviously. There's one last thing that I want to say in regards to cleaning and reorganizing. It's just that I've also seen this thing online. I don't know when it was a few years ago actually, but it stuck with me. I just, randomly remember it sometimes. There was this, scale of needs that people have, and the emotional needs were a little bit more at the base. A lot of times my surroundings don't matter that much, because I realized that I was focusing on my emotional needs so much that I just, didn't even notice the space that I'm in. And especially when I was, a little bit more depressed. My room and house were always a mess because I just did not care about that. I was focused on my needs. But right now that I'm actually healing, I look around and all I want is to redecorate. It feels nice to actually, be able to see outside of myself. I do still really look inside myself because obviously I'm analyzing and overthinking, but I also have the ability to look outside of myself and notice things that are surrounding me and be a little bit more present in the moment, and I am so grateful for that. So let's clean and redecorate, I guess. That's what I'm going to do today. Thank you so much for listening to me once again. I really hope it was useful or insightful in a way, and if you have any opinions on any subject that I talked about, obviously I want to hear your opinion in the comments as always. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope you are happy, and I will see you next time. Bye!